The son followed by death spirits. Here's an anonymous case study that I was working with. A son in his mid-30s came in contact seeking deliverance. For years, he had been stalked by death itself in accidents, sickness, emotional collapse, near-death moments that made no logical sense. He had been in multiple car accidents, and the last one left him disabled. And he said, "I feel like death is following me. My family uses me, no one helps me, and every time I try to rise, something hits me back down." He grew up Catholic, devoted to the Rosary, the Virgin Mary, reciting repetitive prayers for safety and blessings, yet peace never came. He had idols in his home, candles to saints, and wore a rosary for protection. But instead of protection, torment followed him. So here's what Ruach revealed. Ruach HaKodesh began to show the son that he was not cursed by chance. He was tied by covenant. The pattern of accidents, pain, rejection were manifesting of a spirit of death operating through religious spirits attached to idolatry, worship of saints, statues, and dead intercessors. Word curses spoken over himself: "I'd rather die. I can't take this anymore. My life is cursed." Generational covenants made through Catholic rituals and ancestral offerings to the holy dead. A spirit of self-rejection which made him vulnerable to destruction because he did not see his own worth through Yahusha's eyes. Each of these became a legal right, a spiritual permission slip for high-ranking demons of death and infirmity to attack his body, mind, and life path. The nature of these spirits, the spirit of death is not a small tormentor. It's a ruling spirit, one of the highest orders under the kingdom of darkness. It operates through fear, sickness, despair, false religion, often cloaking itself as protection. Spirit of accidents and destruction, so they cause crashing, injuries, sudden loss. Spirits of infirmity, prolonging pain and disability to keep him hopeless. Spirit of suicide, whispering that death is mercy. Spirit of religion, convincing him that rituals and idols equal safety. These are strategic, not random. So here's how deliverance began. When Ruach confronted him with the truth, he wept. He realized the rosary was not a symbol of faith, it was a chain. Each bead represented a repetitive covenant, a mantra, not a prayer, keeping him in spiritual debt to a false mediator. He destroyed the rosary, removed the idol, and began fasting. During fasting, he repented for speaking death over himself, for trusting the saints instead of Yahusha, and for allowing despair to become his language. So as he prayed the renunciation, his chest tightened, the tears flowed uncontrollably, and his legs trembled. He whispered, "I feel something leaving me." Within minutes, peace flooded the room. The tormenting heaviness lifted. He said his ears popped, as though pressure was breaking in the spirit. And Ruach revealed, "You were followed by death, but you were chosen for life. Death followed you because destiny was inside of you." So here's a renunciation prayer of the spirit of death and false religion. Yahuwah, in the name of Yahusha, I renounce every covenant of death spoken over my life and my bloodline. I cancel every curse released through my own words. Every "I wish I were dead," every hopeless thought, every lie I believed. I destroy every altar of religion, idolatry, and false protection. I repent for trusting in rosaries, saints, and statues. I renounce the spirit of the Virgin Mary, the spirit of false intercession, and every ancestral covenant tied to the dead. I break agreement with the spirit of death, infirmity, and destruction. I declare that I shall live and not die, and proclaim the works of Yahuwah. I place my body, mind, and destiny under the blood of Yahusha HaMashiach. Holy Ruach, fill every place where death hid. Replace it with life, peace, and power. And here are the key lessons for this case. Religious altars can disguise themselves as light. Death spirits often follow those marked with purpose. Words create contracts. Every "I can't," "I hate my life," or "I am done" is spiritual currency. Destruction often stops when truth is received, and deliverance begins the moment the lie is uprooted. The son who was followed by death will now lead others into life